It was pretty sweet. Let's take a look at the other decks that are available right now. Obviously, the Druid just went down. He has at his disposal Rogue, Hunter, or Warrior.
Rogue, Hunter, or Warrior.
Well, I like Hunter against Handlock. I think it's a pretty strong choice. Then it starts getting ugly for Yhone. I'd be like, well, I'd probably go with Warrior over Rogue.
Yeah, I think I would skip playing the Rogue altogether. Some Miracle players actually don't mind the matchup that much. I'm definitely not one of them, but I think the Hunter is a solid choice here.
Who says that?
What?
Who says that they're comfortable with it? I'm not doubting that you heard that, but who said that?
I've heard people argue that it might not be like hugely Handlock favored. Like, in fact, it might even be as close as even against some Miracle
Really?
versions. I have heard things like, no one has bucked up and said, I actually think this, but people are thinking that it could be thought.
Well, you know, people
that it could be thought.
Yes.
Some people think the same. Some people think the same for Handlock, and for this very reason, I think Molten Giant is actually a good keep here.
Yeah, I got to agree. You're going to get low on HP no matter what. Did you guys know Hunter has a magic button that does 2 damage every turn to your hero?
And you know what? Your magic button does that too.
Yeah, and that's when you have those 2 buttons working at the same time.
That's 4 damage.
The Warlock is going to get pretty low on HP. That's 4 damage. And that is the problem with the matchup for the Warlock.
Well,
you're completely right.
We solved it.
Yeah, the problem is
Talk to me, Frodan.
the problem is
Frodan gave me this look like, did we solve it? The whole story?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's a bad draw. I think you're going to be playing everything out of your hand.
That's going to be stuck in his hand.
Well, it's Soulfire fodder, I guess, if that's the case.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, one thing I do like about – oh, gosh.
Oh, my
God.
God.
That's a bad draw, too.
One thing about that, I've seen a lot of games won where you somehow make it to turn 9, and then you play that, and it gains you, like, 10 life or something.
That's true. It's a life gain card.
That's all you look at it
with
as.
maybe some finishing damage, too.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
your Alex Straza with a sword and no Alex Straza there.
Well, one of the interesting things One of the interesting things about this matchup is that Handlock does a great job of stabilizing. It's just that they have no way to win in 2 turns because Hunter can just kill command them down.
Yeah.
And that's where cards like Molten Giant are actually extremely valuable.
In fact, we've seen a lot of games recently where like the more mid-rangey Hunter has lost a Handlock in various tournaments, and a lot of the times it's off the back of double Molten.
Yeah,
not just one,
even
like
just one
bam,
Molten
bam.
though is fine. Like if you just have one Molten hiding behind a sludge belch. What was that, Tasteless?
I was just mimicking Artosis' Bam Bam with his hands.
Do you feel okay tapping here? Because he did have the Iron Beak Owl, and it's not because you want to silence the Leopard Gnome versus you want to relieve the pressure off the board.
Maybe he's saving it for.
Well,
I'm trying to
Mad Scientist, Haunted Creeper, Web Spinner, Undertaker. Like, there's a lot of better targets than that Leopard Gnome.
Yeah.
The Leopard Gnome is a target.
I think we do the Animal Companion here for this, and then the second Animal Companion. Oh, the Huffer.
Huffer is. Oh, he's shaking his head. I like Huffer.
Yeah, he's asking himself how he's so good at Hunter.
Yeah, because he rolls
and the
Huffer.
answer is I have no. Oh man, if he didn't like
this hand. At least that Molten Giant will be coming out soon.
That is true. Maybe he gets a Molten Giant and then Shadow Flame or something. He gets low enough and nukes the board that way.
He's going to have to Hellfire
and then survives the turn 9 and turns into Draxus.
He can't Hellfire. Like, here's the problem. Because he didn't play Iron Beak Owl, this Leopard Gnome has already done 4 extra damage than it should.
Yeah.
And he would have been at 26 effectively, answering it. And then he would have had a little bit more leeway to tap. But because he didn't, it's a little too late to retroactively do this. Like, so if he silences now, what did that accomplish? That didn't accomplish anything. Leopard Gnome's still going to do damage, and then he's just going to play another Animal Companion. Like, Alon is actually in a terrible big doo-doo right now.
Does he just have to Soulfire, excuse me, not Soulfire, Hellfire the next turn?
He does, but he's going to take way too much damage.
It's going to be pretty scary.
If he doesn't touch the board for 2 turns, how much health would he be at? This turn and next turn if he didn't touch the board.
Touch the board?
Yeah, if he lets the Hunter do whatever the hell he wants for 2 turns, what do you estimate the health?
It's going to be in the low teens, like 12.
Yeah, well,
it depends on what Animal Companion he rolls here.
He could have life tap next turn Mountain Giant and then try to.
By then.
That's what I'm thinking, but he has Defender of Argus in hand.
It's a little bit too like an overgeneralization sometimes to say if you like one thing may have cost him the game, but I think life tapping on turn 2 might have actually cost him an ability to stay in this game because now he can't deal with like there's no reason to trade this Iron Beak Owl. You just attack.
Well, if he doesn't, then Hellfire actually does clear.
He's still killing himself.
Okay, so
I actually like trading into that time.
Okay. 18 health now. He draws the Earthen Ring Farseer.
There's just
no
good
great
play
plays. What do you just drop Earthen Ring and heal yourself?
Yeah.
And keep.
Well, Earthen Ring does the same thing as Hellfire. It stalls just for a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
At least the Huffer's gone now.
The Hellfire actually does fine.
Second Iron Beak Owl. Oh, that's not second. That's the first Iron Beak Owl. But this second one that's appeared in the game is actually really devastating because no matter what, that Molten Giant's going to be useless.
I think the Houndmaster play here is pretty good. I guess, obviously, Yhone is worried about the Molten Giants coming down here, especially if it's double Molten Giants, which it's not. But still.
Yeah. You shove. You have a way to get past the taunts.
God, this is so much damage.
This game is soon to be over.
Okay, so there's no. Well, that's something for the time being. Okay, we got a 9-9 on the board.
The game's over.
Oh no! Yeah, what am I saying? Silence. That's it.
Like this is it, and Yhone is gonna go to the semifinals.
All right, great series there.
Well,
and 3-1 victory there for Yhone.
Right. Yeah, kind of some tough draws there from Aland. Had very expensive hands, so.
Yeah, the Jirax is a Mountain Giant draw. You just can't do anything about it. Unfortunately, that's just the way the cards fall.
Yeah, that's sometimes how it goes. But good deck picks, good play by Yhone here, and Aland as well. And that gives us our top 4, guys.
Yep, that does it for the Hearthstone for today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And don't go anywhere because Artosis and I are going to be back in a little bit with some StarCraft 2 action. It'll be the female tournament.
Have fun,
We're going to be doing the semifinals of that, and then after that, the finals. And also, Frodan, Artosis, thank you guys so much for having me up here.
Lots of fun.
As a guest appearance for the Hearthstone cast.
Yeah, thanks to Ignite for coming on earlier as well.
Yeah, he was great too. And I guess that does it. We're going to take a short little break. When we come back, we'll be doing some StarCraft 2 here at IeSF.